Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Supreme Institute of Applied Sciences and Technology. Welcome back to Supreme Institute of Applied Sciences and Technology. Okay, so not to waste much of the time, this is Dr. Piri, and on today's lesson we are going to look at the components or the tools that are being used during the installation of the CCTV, maintenance, as well as troubleshooting. Yeah, so in short, on today's lesson or topic, we'll focus more on the components of the CCTV as well as the tools that you need to know or that are commonly used in the CCTV field, either during the installation or troubleshooting, even maintenance. What are the kind of the tools are being used? So let's proceed to today's lesson. So we'll go on the next page. So as you can see here, these are pictures. So these are some of the things that they make up a complete CCTV system. So here on the diagram we have two pictures. So we have picture number one here. This is let me say this is picture number one here. Then we have picture number two here. So I'll start with a picture number two. So on the previous lesson we discussed about the MVR, DVR, and the channels or the number of the cameras that each type of a DVR accumulates. So for instance, we have this type of MVR. MVR stands for Network Video Recorder. Yes, MVR and VR stand for Network Video Recorder. So the MVR, we have types of the MVRs. For instance, we have an MVR that have 4 channels here, 4 channels. Then we have an MVR that has 80 channels. Then from 8 we go to 16 channels up to 32 channels. So in this case we are looking at the MVR that has 4 channels. MVR that has 4 channels. So what does it mean when I say an MVR that has 4 channels? So what it means is as you can see here, this is the MVR, the one we are talking about. This one is the MVR. So this type of MVR, it has 4 channels, meaning it only accesses up to 4 cameras on the screen. It can't exceed to maybe 5, 8 or 10 cameras unless you upgrade, you purchase another type of MVR like the one that has 8 channels or 16 or up to 32 channels. So this type of the MVR here, it has 4 channels, or it only accesses up to 4 cameras. As you can see here in this diagram, this is the monitor. So meaning once these cameras are installed, this is the hard drive. This is the 40B hard drive, meaning 4 terabytes. It's the hard drive that you install inside the MVR. So for MVR to work nicely, it needs to have the access of power supply as well as the hard drive inside it. So you install the hard drive inside the NVR, or you put the hard drive inside the NVR. The reason why the NVR need the hard drive is for data or information keeping or storage. For instance, everything that will be being captured here from this monitor or this screen, meaning they're supposed to be installed in this hard drive, a 40B hard drive, meaning every single picture or every single video that the cameras will be capturing, they will be sending it to the NVR, and the NVR will be keeping it in the hard drive as the storage for future use. In case you have in case there's a situation whereby, I can give an example, in the mall, or maybe the best example, the shops that we all know, Young Pharaohs, you find that maybe someone has walked in the shop, then from there all of a sudden that person got something in the shop, and that person, instead of passing to the counter to see the cashier, just walked out without paying, but has collected the goods. Then after doing the stock checking, or after checking every client who entered in the shop, they discovered that one person has gotten the stuffs but has not paid. So they will go back to the CCTV, they will rewind it, although we call it playbacks. They play backs the maybe something that has already happened. It can be either maybe after some minutes, 30 minutes, 20, an hour, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days ago. They can still rewind it back in order to check what really happened or what really transpired for that person not to pay. Or maybe that person paid, but when keep on records, they didn't maybe count it nicely, so they have a shortage of maybe a stock or money. So they will do the playbacks in order to check what really happened. So that's the main reason why this hard drive was supposed to be there in this NVR. Without the hard drive, it is going to give it a challenge for data storage, because every time you need to back up the data, and whatever the things that a camera is going to be capturing, you need that information to be installed in the hard drive. So that's the function of hard drive inside the NVR or the DVR. I hope here you are clear. So the main function of this monitor is to make sure that every information that is being captured from the cameras is sending the information to the NVR, and from the NVR is displaying it on the monitor here. So this monitor is going to display every information that is being captured from the cameras going to the NVR, and the NVR is installing the information in the hard drive and display it to the screen. I hope you have understood. This is a 4-channel NVR that only access up to 4 cameras. You can start with one installing. The NVR will still work. It's not necessary that you still need to have 4 cameras at once. You can start with one, you buy one, then when discovers another place where you want to store another one, you can buy until up to 8. But if you want, you can buy them at once depending on your budget. Sure. So let's proceed to the next page. So as you can see here, it's one and the same thing. I won't take much time to explain here, because like a lot of explanation, I've already done it in the previous page, this one. So as you can see here, let me lab here. Yeah, let me make the screen, the page look clean. It's to date. Okay, so as you can see here, I will take you back here. This one, it has 80 channels NVR. This NVR, it has 8 channels, and this one, it has 4 cameras. Even when you compare, when you count this one, when you check on the monitor here, monitor screen, there are a lot of cameras. For instance, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here, as you can see, there are about 9. It's just an example for illustration purposes. So the reason why this one has exceeded to 9, it's because you can use the MVR that has 16 cameras, but only install sometimes even 4 or 8, 9. It doesn't matter. It's not necessary that every time you need to put the full number of the cameras. So here they have exceeded the number, meaning this image, the type of the MVR that were being used, it has a 16 channel. That's the reason why they have exceeded the number from 80 to 9. But this is just an example that I want you to understand the differences between 4 channels, 8 channels, 16 channels, and up to 32 channels. So here is what I'm trying to explain. So 4 channels, it only show 4 cameras on the monitor or on the screen. Then 8 channels, it means now you have upgraded the system. Instead of just using 4 channels MVR, now you have other locations where you want to put more cameras. You go and get the MVR that accumulate up to 8 cameras, as you can see here on this screen or monitor. It's the same process. This is the 8 TB hard drive, same as this one. So the purpose is to get this same hard drive, you put it in the MVR and will start keeping the information that will be captured from the cameras. That's the main function of this hard drive. I think I've explained everything, unless if there's anything that I didn't talk here. But looking at the things, is the same process here. What is being done here is the same of what is being done even to this system of 8 channels MVR. What differs is the number of the cameras, but the function, the quality, everything, it can be the same for as long as you're using the same type of the cameras. Sure. So let's proceed to the next page. So CCTV components and tools being used during installation and troubleshooting. So here we are going to look at the CCTV components that are being used during installation of the camera and the troubleshooting. Yes, installation is where you are getting a camera and mount it on the wall or anywhere else. You can even on the wall or pole, in order for it to start viewing or start capturing the information or data that is installing. Then configuring, you understand later. But for now, I don't want to confuse you. What you should understand, what it means when you say installing. Installing is more like mounting it, or it can be on the wall, at the tree, at the pole. It can be anywhere else using the tapping screws. The same way we mount the TV to the wall is the same way we install the cameras. Though we don't say mounting, we say it installation. But you can use the same when you have mounted the CCTVs. It's one and the same, but here we use the installation. Same applies the way we mount these smart TVs or flat screen TVs on the wall. So let's proceed. Maybe I also try to explain this part where it's saying troubleshooting, this word. Yeah. So troubleshooting, it means now finding a fault or a causing problem for the cameras not to be working, or for anything, for any components of the CCTV not to be working. That's what it means, troubleshooting. In health, we call it diagnose or diagnosing, meaning I can give an example to the patient who has come to the hospital, going direct to the OPD. Then from there, the doctor or a physician will start now asking questions to the patient. Then the patient will explain according how he or she is feeling. Then from there, the doctor or a physician is going to take those signs and symptoms, and if there will be a need of doing the physical examination, or maybe there will be a need of taking that maybe blood sample or any sample from that patient and take it to the lab for examination, is going to do that. Then at the end is going to see the results, and from the results now, that's when it's going to judge the kind of the disease or the condition that someone is suffering from. Then we call it diagnosis, or you have given a diagnosis. If maybe, for instance, you are sent to the lab to do the blood sample, or maybe for malaria test, then the results has come out maybe malaria positive, meaning they have found you with malaria. They have given you a diagnosis of malaria positive. You're supposed to be given a treatment. That is a diagnosis. Or in computer, we use the language of troubleshooting, meaning the doctor has troubleshoot your body and find the cause or the reason why you are feeling maybe sick, you are feeling tired, you are feeling cold, you are feeling loss of appetite, all those things. The doctor has troubleshooted your body. But in medical term, we use it as a diagnosis. I hope you have understood the difference here between installation and troubleshooting. Installation, same as mounting the TV on the screen or on the wall, or putting it, if it is the camera on the pole, on the wall. It can be anywhere else using the tapping screws or anything, whatever things that you can use in order for that camera to hold that position. I hope you have understood. Let's proceed. So these are components of the CCTV. So we have this is another type of the MVR that has 16 channels. So meaning it access up to 16 cameras. Okay, yeah. So not to waste much of the time, you understand what it means of 2 channels or 4 channels, 8 channels, 16 channels. You understand what it means. So here, as you can see in this diagram, we have this MVR that has 16 channels. It accumulates up to 16 cameras. Okay, so this is the power supply that's supposed to be connected to the MVR. So this power supply is going to the switch or the socket that is supposed to be connected to the MVR in order for it to go on. Then this is the mouse. This mouse is supposed to be connected to the MVR again for how can I say it? When you're using the MVR or whatever information that you'll be seeing on the monitor, you're supposed to use this the same mouse in order to operate the system. If you want to zoom one camera, you use the same MVR. If you want to set the time, date, hours, whatever you want to do, supposed to use it with a mouse. This one helps you to command anything you want on that surveillance or system. Then this is the HDMI cable. This one is one that is going to get the video or the information from the MVR and taking it to the monitor or display it to the monitor. This cable is supposed to be connected again to this same MVR. Or I can give an example of those sorry, I forgot the name. You call it the, what's name is that? Okay, yeah, I remember the name. AVs. Those are the ones that you connect to them from the DVD and to the TV. So you use those AVs that you connect from the DVD and connect them to the TV in order to start displaying whatever film maybe you are watching. It can be maybe a film of a Lambo, a music, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, any It can be a maybe karate, jackson, any, all those kind of movies that maybe you put the flash that is connected to the DVD, and that information to be displayed on the screen. You use the same AVs, though here we are using HDMI. It is advanced, so you can use HDMI or VGA here to MVR. It's different to the AVs. AVs are old model. Now we have an advanced one, HDMI. Even the quality of the AVs is different compared to HDMI. So that's it. Then this is the network cable. This network cable again is connected to this MVR. I will show you some ports. If in this video I have some pictures that will show the ports where you can connect this network cable. So this network cable, it can be connected to the same MVR for that's where the signal or the information is being transmitted from the cameras going to the MVR. It passes through this same network cable here that you are seeing. Then this is just the quick guide. This is just a guide manual. So what they're trying to say here is that these are the things that they will make a complete system, though what is missing here is the switch as well as the monitor to display the information, and we're going to connect these cameras. Though some MVRs you can connect the cameras direct to the MVR without using the switch. So I don't want to confuse you about the switch, about whatsoever. For now I just want you to understand what is displayed here on the screen. So all these things, when you're buying the MVR, you find them inside. It depends where you are buying the materials. Some they remove, some they pack them in full package. But in a situation whereby you don't have the MVR and the mouse, you can still buy them separately. But for power, it's going to be there. Then the cameras, it's not always whereby you can buy the cameras together with the MVR. You can buy them separately, meaning you start with the MVR, then start buying cameras one by one. Or you can buy the full package of the switch, MVR, monitor, cameras, mouse, HDMI cable, and the hard drive. You can buy them at once without any problem. But in a situation whereby you don't have enough money, it is okay to buy them separate. You start with the MVR, then next time you buy the cameras, not even all of them, because the MVR is showing of 16 channels. Then you put yourself in pressure, start buying the entire cameras that are supposed to fit the system, of which the number of the cameras that you want is only 4 or maybe 5. It is okay to start with the same number. Then once you find another money or another location where you want to put the CCTV, you go and buy the other cameras. So that's it. Meaning the client can start with a number that he or she wants to install. Sure, I hope you have understood this picture, or whatever is in this picture here. Then we have something here like RJ45V weatherproof. So these are boxes. I will show you. For now, waterproof copra, I will show you. Then drilling templates, mounting kits. So all these are things that they're trying to talk about. So like RJ45V weatherproof copra. So these are something that we use to cover the system or the network cable, in order not the water to enter inside the network cable, because once water enters inside the network cable, then you're going to have a challenge for signaling or displaying or sending the data to the MVR. So that's the reason why you need the weatherproof. It's just a box where you cover it nicely, and to prevent water during rain season to enter through the box and damages the network cable. Then we have these drilling templates. mounting kits, all those things. So as you can see, mounting kits is where now you have these tapping screws, then drilling templates, all those things that you are going to use to make the hose in order to mount the TV, to mount the TV as well as the cameras, sometimes even the MVR, depending where they want it to be. You can also mount the MVR, mount the TV or the monitor as well as the cameras. So that's what they are trying to explain here. I hope you have understood this picture. Let's proceed. Yeah, so here as you can see, this is the 32 channels. We started with 4 channels. From 4 we go to 8, from 8 we go to 16, and now we are talking about 32 channels. That is the last one. For now, that is the last one, unless if there is any latest that goes up to, I don't know, maybe 64, but for now that's the only one is well known and almost worldwide, is the last one that are using. But you know, this world is full of surprises and they upgrade things each and every month. So we may be talking that this is the last one, but you find that in these Western countries they have advanced to 64 channels. But for now, let's focus on these 4 because are the ones that are on the market and on the ground worldwide. So as you can see here on the screen, even the number of the cameras here that have increased. We have about here we have about 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 up to somewhere to 30. So meaning the number of the cameras also determine the size of the monitor which you are going to use. You can use even the small monitor, but it's going to give you a challenge because the pictures will be very small. So it is more important to use the different size of the monitor. If you know that you are going to have a lot of cameras that will be connected to the MVR, meaning you're supposed to consider the size of the monitor. The same way we consider the size of the TV at home. You can start with a 32-inch TV. From 32 you go to somewhere 42-inch, 42 you go to 55 to 64 somewhere maybe to 74 up to I don't know. It's the same way here. You want to be displaying your cameras, okay? But in terms of the recording and everything is one and the same. What differs is the number of the cameras that are connected to the MVR. So here, let me zoom it a bit. Here, this is the port for network cable. That network cable you saw, this one, this cable, yeah, is the one that you connect here. Then here is the port for VGA. It's also for video display. But the one that I've shown here is this HDMI cable. This one is the one that you connect here, where you are seeing this other port here, this other port. So let me raise some of the information. Yeah, let me raise some of the information so that you can see nicely. Yeah, so this side here, sorry, here, yeah, that's where you put that HDMI cable. Then these are just the USB ports. These are just the USB port where you connect the mouse here. This mouse you connect this where you see the USB port. Then where you're seeing these ports up and down opposite to each other is where you connect these cameras. All these cameras you connect them there. So that's the function of this port. So all these cables that we are seeing, these white cables, are network cables or data cables. Sometimes they would call it Ethernet cables. Don't worry, you understand them more as we go and we keep on learning. I hope you have understood here. We can proceed to the next page. So here, this is the a switch. As you can see, we have a switch, we have MVR, then we have a monitor. So what is it here, or what are we looking at here when you see this diagram? So by looking at the diagram, you can study it, but let me explain to make you understand what is happening here. So here, this is the MVR. Start from here. This is the MVR. You know how the MVR works, I explained previously. Then this is the monitor. Then from there, as you can see, what happens here is this: you have the MVR, but you find that these ports where you can connect the cameras, like here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but we only have maybe one port, which is this one for network cable. Then what are we going to do? We want to connect the cameras that are 8 or 4 or maybe 16 or 32, but you only have one port. What are we going to do? That's where now the issue of the switch comes in. Meaning, if the MVR has only one port and you want to connect about maybe 8 cameras, meaning what you're going to need is a switch. This switch is going to split to expand the system. It's more like you are 10 people, then you have an adapter that only have 3 spaces where you can put your chargers and charge the phone. So, or maybe 5 spaces. So what are you going to do? You are 10 of you, meaning the first adapter you are going to put only 4 phones out of 5, and you get this one connected to the power. Then only 4 phones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last one, instead of putting the phone, meaning you won't have a space to charge these other remaining phones since you are 10 of you, meaning this port you're going to put another adapter to connect it and have another space for these remaining phones. You're going to tap from here and connect these other phones to this another adapter here. That's what this system is trying to explain. Instead of using one adapter waiting to say, okay, once we are done charging, that's when I'll charge mine, you just leave one space here, you connect another adapter, then you have more space here to charge these other phones. If there are more that are coming, you leave this another space, you tap another adapter again, they'll have another space here to charge their phones. That's what it means here. So let me take you back to this image here, but please allow me to erase this. Let me erase this. There are a lot of things here and they are looking dead. Sorry, I'm unable to erase. What is happening? What is happening here? Don't understand. Okay, so don't know, maybe it's because of the screen. Okay, so let me try to do this. Okay, oh yeah, there are a lot, but I'm able to erase them. All right, I want the screen to look clean for explanation purpose. Yeah, so this MVR here, as you can see, one network cable has go up to this side, has connected there, meaning all these cameras that you are seeing here, these cameras, they are connected to this PoE switch. PoE stand for power over Ethernet. That's what it means. When you hear the word PoE, it's written here, PoE switch, power over Ethernet. So meaning this type of the MVR, this type of the switch, sorry, the cameras will not need to have the other power source. The same MVR, they have power over Ethernet, meaning they have power on its own, so they can supply up to 9 or 12 volts, and the cameras will be able to go on and to connect the data cable and give the good signal or the images or the videos that are needed to the MVR and display them to the monitor. That's what it means about the PoE switch. But in a situation whereby you don't have the PoE switch, this is the switch, the one I'm talking about. You only have a normal switch that doesn't have the source of power to supply or to switch on the camera. You need a 12 volt charger to connect to these cameras here. in order for them to go on and transmit information to the MVR using the network cable. That's what here that's what this diagram is trying to explain here. Then this one is just a PoE splitter, but I won't focus more on that one again. I may disturb you. So as you can see, this PoE switch is connected to the power. Then from there it is on. All these cameras are connected to this same switch. Only one port that has remained is one that is going to the MVR, and the MVR is connected to the this monitor in order to display everything, whatever is happening to these cameras, whatever is capturing is going to send the information to this MVR using this network cable, this network cable. Then from there is going to send this information to this monitor to display the information. That's what this diagram is trying to explain. So we have the uplink. Most of the times uplink is where you put the network cable for data that transmit information. You are going to understand this later, but for now I just want you to understand the concept of these pictures and how you can come up with a connection like this one. So I'm going to send you the nice tutorial that will be holding the cameras one by one, the switch, the monitor, the MVR, and come up with a complete system. I hope you have understood. I know you cannot get everything at once, but with time you are going to have a familiar picture of what we are talking about. Let's proceed, please. Yeah, so smart, that's just the explanation of this the function of the PoE switch, or the switch in short, in general. Yeah, so these are just the explanation of this thing that you are seeing here. Sorry, let me rub the screen. Okay, of this thing that you are seeing here, the explanation is here. Yeah, so smart power management. Many modern PoE switch or power over Ethernet switches can automatically, let me use the mouse. Sure, okay. Yeah, so I don't know if I have chosen. Okay, let me use this one. Yeah, this one is better. So smart power management, many modern PoE switches can automatically detect PoE compatible devices and only deliver power when needed, optimizing energy use and reduce costs. So what does this paragraph trying to explain to us? So what they're trying to explain here is, instead of you buying the chargers separate, you buy the 9 volts or the 2 volts chargers separate, you just buy the PoE, and the same PoE is going to have the function where you can send the signals from the cameras, taking it to the MVR, and from the MVR taking it to the monitor, as well as supplying the enough power which can switch on the cameras instead of using the separate power. It also helps the system the work easier, instead of now running another cable for connecting the cameras. For instance, the camera is far, not less than 200 meters, meaning you also need another cable for power that you need to run or to make a wiring to go and reach where the camera is above 200 meters, as well as another cable for data. So meaning it's going to cost more. But the same one cable for network cable, there is 4 cables for power, then 4 cables for data or for video. I hope you are getting the concept here. So about the power, about the video and the power, I am going to explain it as we go. For now, I just want to make you understand the work of the switch. So it makes it easier, because the same switch, the POE switch, it can gives enough power to switch on the camera, as well as another line for data. So another point is CCTV. Okay, here CCTV switches play a critical role in the operation of CCTV systems by providing the necessary power and connectivity for IP cameras and other devices. So I'll repeat, CCTV switches play a crucial role in the operation of CCTV system by providing the necessary power and connectivity for IP cameras and other devices. So it's the same point here. You understand what it means, the IP cameras, the digital and analog. You are going to understand them as we go, but for now I just want to make you understand what it means when you say you use a switch, a POE switch and a non-POE switch. Let's proceed. So it's the same information. All these are functions of the POE switch. So network connectivity, let me try to do this. Network connectivity, POE switches connects IP cameras to the network, enabling them to send high definition video and receive data from the network. These ensure that the cameras can operate without a dedicated wall plug or adapter for power. So it's the same thing here. Let me just repeat. Network connectivity, POE switches connect IP cameras to the network, enabling them to send high definition video and receive data from the network. This ensures that the cameras can operate without a dedicated wall plug or an adapter. So here, instead of you buying the charger, like as I explained on the previous notes here, instead of you buying an adapter for power, you can use the same POE switch. Is going to do everything for you. I hope you have understood this point. Then we continue. They are essential for the following functions: power supply, they work as a power supply again, as well as for high definition video transmission at the same time. So these are the importance of this POE switch. POE switch, POE technology allows CCTV cameras to be powered over the same Ethernet cable, eliminating the need of separate power source. I'll repeat, power supply, POE technology allows CCTV cameras to be powered over the same Ethernet cable, eliminating the need of separate power sources. Okay, this simplifies installation and reduces cost by avoiding the need for additional wiring. Like I've said, instead of you start looking at buying another cables for power and for data, just use the same one cable coming from the POE and the POE camera. Then you're going to have a successful installation of the CCTV system recording 24/7. But what you should also know is that the cameras, they differ. There are some other cameras that are non-POE, meaning they still need a charger. This one can only work when you are using the POE cameras as well as the POE switch. But don't worry for that. At the moment, I just want you to understand the function of the POE switch and a non-POE switch. A non-POE switch, even if the camera is a POE, meaning that switch doesn't have a function to supply power to switch on the camera, but only to transmit or to receive data from the camera, meaning you still require a charger to connect it to the camera in order for it to start recording. Let's proceed, please. Yeah, so this is the POE switch. It's just the picture. Let me explain it a bit so that I can make you understand here what is happening. So so a POE switch or PoE mid spans are installed between the network switch and the PDS. So what is all this here? Let me try to explain so that you can understand the picture here. So here what is happening, this is the PTZ camera, then this is the access point, then this is the LAN or access point as the Wi-Fi, then access control, this is a management station, then we have UPS, then we have POS terminal. So here what they're trying to explain here is the same PoE, you can use it for various things. For instance, not only for the cameras, you can use them to connect them to the laptop or maybe a desktop to the cameras, then maybe from a lot of things here you can use the same a PoE switch. Like I've said, for instance, if here they are full, meaning you can extend by using another PoE, meaning they also tap from here and split it or share it to these other things here. But for them to work like that, you must have an internet like this one, then you come here, then from there all these they will be connecting or tapping wired using the wire cable, not wireless. Sorry, I know it's a bit complicated and you cannot understand it all, but for now that's not your main focus. Your main focus is how can you connect the cameras to the main switch. This information, it most focus on those that are doing the IT insertions. You want to become an IT technician, yeah, but it is also important for you to understand these basics. But for now, I just want you to understand that the switch, you can connect it to the many things, not only to the cameras. It can be to the laptop, maybe a lot of laptops in the office, a lot of computers, and also to the cameras and other things at once. Okay, let's proceed. So remote management PoE switches allow for remote management of the CCTV system, enabling security operators to monitor and manage network from a central location. So remote management PoE switches allow for remote management of the CCTV system, enabling security operators to monitor and manage the network from a central location. So now here, remote control, meaning these are PoE switch once you provide the internet like this one here, meaning these cameras, they will be online and you can be monitoring the CCTVs on the phone or on the laptop. You can leave the monitor home, the full set, but maybe you are somewhere in Ndora and your system is in Lusaka. It can be in Eastern Province, Chipata. It can be maybe in Chingora, and you are in Eastern Province. You want to be monitoring your business or your company. Instead of you getting the monitor or the cable, run the cable until up to where you are or where you work, you can just access it remotely on the phone using the internet. That's what this paragraph trying to explain. Let's proceed, please. Yeah, so CCTV switches are integral to modern surveillance systems, providing the technology and the infrastructure needed for effective monitoring and security. Just an explanation here. We can proceed. So here these are types of the switch. So we have a PoE versus non-PoE switch. So PoE switch powered over Ethernet. Then in non-PoE, it doesn't have that function to supply power to switch on the cameras. Meaning even if a camera it's a PoE, but you still need a charger or wiring a cable, or a power cable that is going to supply the enough 12 volts or 9 volts power to the cameras for them to go on. That is if you are using a non-PoE switch. I hope you have understood the differences here. PoE has the function for powering the cameras and also receive and transmit data using the same one network cable. But this one, is that same one network cable, you cannot use the you cannot switch on the camera. It will still need the power. It will still require a power for the cameras to go on. That's the difference in non-PoE and the PoE switch. Let's proceed. For PoE switches, as you can see, this is the PoE switch. Here they have extended, then from there they have connected these cameras. As you can see here, it's just the connection that is there, nothing to complicate you guys. Let's proceed. Then here is we are back now to the MVR and the DVR. These are MVR versus DVR. So MVR stands for network video recorder and DVR stands for a digital video recorder. So the difference here is that this DVR mostly uses the analog system. Then MVR they uses an IP cameras. So as you can see here, this is the analog. As you can see here, the ports they differ from these, or you can even hear the same picture here. As you can see, we have this kind of the port. This MVR they use network cable. Then here they use coaxial cable. It's different, as you can see the ports, but everything here, like the cable for HDMI, for power, for VGA and everything, are the same. So again, we have this other type of eDVR, meaning they have access to connect the IP cameras as well as the digital cameras. For that one, I will explain it nicely once I have the clear picture or a tutorial that I will show you the connection or the connectivity of the DVR and the MVR system. But for now, just want you to know the differences here. Let's proceed. So it's the same thing here. This is the eDVR. It has the Ethernet port where you can connect the cameras using the network cable, and this is the DVR. So as you can see, video in or out, audio in or out, RAN port. This is the network port. Then this is for power. Here this is the power supply again, power switch, then power supply. Then this is the RS485 inputs, then video output, VGA or HDMI. That's what it means here. Then this is the USB port where you can put the flash in case you want to get data from the MVR, from the DVR, and put it in the flash. Or you can also use it for, you can connect a mouse in order to operate the CCTV system. Same applies to here. Okay, let's proceed. These are Cat6 network or data cable. So these are the data cable that I've been talking about, same as this one. So this is the Cat6 type of a cable. I would explain more what it means when I say Cat6, but for now I just want you to understand this is the network cable, the one that we use to connect to the MVR you put here on this port, on this LAN port, or even to the computers or even the printers. We use the same type of the cable. I think some of you are familiar with this type of the cable. Yeah, so let's proceed please. So this is the same cable that transfers data, and if you connect this cable to the PoE switch, it's going to switch on the camera as well as transferring the information of the data using the same cable without having separate cable, for one for power and one for data. These cables are one the same, they just differ in colors. You can have a yellow color, you can have white, then blue. Sure. So let's proceed. Yeah, so here as you can see, this is the Cat6 cable color code. So on the color code, the colors, which want to make the RJ45 connector to connect like the way it looks here, even here. So what you need to follow is this color code. So on the color code, as you can see here, they start with the normal one. Start with how to make connector RJ45. This thing that you are seeing here is the same. This or this one, that's the same. So the color code here, you should master it whether you like it or not, because most of the times you'll be making this RJ45 or network cable. So how can you make this network cable if you don't know the color code? Because you end up doing the wrong thing. You find that you have make a complete network cable and you want to switch on the camera, the cable is not working, or the camera is not sending data, or if you want to use it to print, the printer is not working. You want to use it for the internet connection from the router, then you find that the computer is not connecting to the internet, meaning you have made a long cable, it's not matching to the color code. So it is important to master the color code. So to begin with, we have this, as you can see here. Let me start here. We have, or maybe let me explain here. So how they go, these things, that's where now the issue of the PoE comes in. So these orange colors and green are for data transferring or transmitting. Then these brown and blue are for power. That's the reason why you can be able, using this cable, connecting it to the PoE switch, like this type. This is a non-PoE switch, but to the PoE switch like this one, then you'll be able to switch on the cameras using these cables, and these two cables is going to transmit the data or the picture or the video to the DVR and display it to the monitor. It can be either DVR or NVR. Yes. So this is for power. So how does a color code move? First, start with allow me to write so that you can understand. So they go like this. You have orange, white. That's how it moves. The common one, if you want to make this RJ45 connector to the network cable. Orange, white, like this. So there is orange color and a white with some dotted orange at the same color. Yeah, so we have orange, white, then followed by orange, white, meaning you have orange color as well as another cable that has orange and some whites. Then we go for green, white, meaning you go for G, then white, green, white, this one. So these two, 1 and 2, these they will be able to switch on the camera without connecting these other cables, but you must match to this RJ45 connector. I will show you how we do it. Then from there we have what we call a blue and blue white, blue, then blue white, then brown and brown white. That's how it goes here. So you should know this color code, same as here. Let me show you, like here. So have you seen here? Sorry, yeah. So have you seen here? Let me try to, yeah. So this is this color. This is orange, white, then orange. That's how they move. So here there are two. So you start with it. Here they have separated them, as you can see here. They were in color code, normal how they move in sets. So now they are separating them. These two, they have separated them. So we have the first one is orange, white. It has some orange color this other side and some white. No wonder we call it orange, white. Then followed by orange. Then from there you're going to get a green, white. Here there's a green, white, is this one, green, white. Then we skip a solid green. it will jump in somewhere there. So we start with orange white, then orange, then a green white, followed by a blue solid, then a blue white. That's why now a green comes in. That's the color code you must master. Then from there you go for brown, white, and brown. That's how it goes. I know it looks hard when you are learning like this, but once you do them practical, you are touching them, you will see them live, then there will be no problem. And it's easy. It's not something that is very difficult. No, you shouldn't worry you guys otherwise. Yeah, so it's the same here. As we can see, this is orange white. As you can see, there's some orange and white. That's the reason why we call it orange white, then orange, then green white, blue white, green, then brown white, brown. If you make this color code like this, you arrange the same as this one, then you are going to put them or insert them to this RJ45 and crimp it using a crimping tool. I will show you the crimping tool, the tool that we use to make this complete cable. This cable you are seeing, there's a crimping tool that we use, a tool that you connect. Once you crimp it, then you're going to have a complete cable like this size, or this type I mean. So from this end and this other end, you make it complete network cable. This is the network cable I've been talking about. And how do we make it? It's by mastering the color code. This is the common color code. Sure. So please, let's proceed. Where you are not understand, I know you cannot understand everything at once, but with time you understand. What I want is you to know what it means and how you can come up with this cable, because you'll be making these cables. You find that the one that you bought or maybe was damaged, and you still need to have this type of the cable. So let's proceed please into the next page. So this is the same thing here. As you can see, this is orange white, orange, green white, then blue white, green, brown white, brown. This is the RJ45. So when inserting or putting these cables, you put it upside down like this, then you clip it using the crimping tool. This thing that you are seeing, this is the RJ45 connector. That's what it calls. That's how we call it, RJ45 connector. Others they call it as simple term clips, but as the CCTV term or IT term, you use it as RJ45 connectors or clips in short. So this is the RJ45 connector. Then those cables, as you can see, is the same. When you look at this, the same color code. They have inserted it from here, from this part. So you hold it from here, then you make sure you insert. Some clips, they will exceed, they will pass through up to this side outside. For you to be sure enough that okay, this cable has reached to the end here. Then from there you cut it here. You cut from here using the crimping tool. It has the function where you can cut it and crimp. Make sure these terminals, they go inside in order to fit this, in order to fit this LAN port, this port, or this LAN port, or these ports. Because if you didn't crimp them, these terminals, if you don't push them down using the crimping tool, then they won't fit. So make sure that you crimp them using the crimping tool. It's not even difficult. I will show you guys. So this is the RJ45 and this is the network cable, but it's not completely unless you've done the crimping tool. You cut it here. But some other clips or RJ45, they don't come out here, they don't pass through, they remain there. But it's your job to make sure that all these colors, they have reached here to the end, even if they didn't protrude here, but they reach to the end. Then you clip, make sure these terminals, they go inside, they hold these. Then you test it this side and this other side. You find that the cable is working fine. These are the same cables that you buy in town. These they charge you per meter, maybe 1.5 meters, 160, maybe 100 quarter, maybe 120, depending with the location. Yes, so you can be making these cables. You buy the Cat6 cable box, then start making these cables and start selling them at a very affordable price, and you still have a business. It's not only installing the cameras, it's one of the idea. Yeah, so let's move. I've already explained here. Yeah, so we can move here. So this is just the parts of the RJ45 connectors, same as here. There's nothing more to explain. Yeah, so this is the crimping tool. This is the tool I was talking about that we use. So this thing here, this is where you put here. Then I'm using this space, something like a laser here, is where you use to cut these cables that have exceeded here. So that's the tool that we use. Then there is something here like I don't know, you can't see it nicely. Yeah, here, this space here, this network cable, this part here, this you put it inside here. Then once you try like to, you not like twist it, but you try to more like you are making it like clockwise or anti-clockwise while holding, not holding that so hard, because you may end up cutting the cable, but loosely or moving it clockwise or anti-clockwise, you'll be able to cut this part. This is just a cover of this cable. Then you remove it nicely and have the naked part like this one. So for you to have this open part like this one, you use the same this space here where you turn it clockwise and clockwise. Then you have the open part after removing the cover of this network cable. Then you have something like this, and start now separating them like what was happening here. This part you have removed and they are open, the wires are outside, just like here. They put them straight like this, then they insert here and like this. Then you cut using this the same crimping tool, and you come up with a full network cable like this one or this one. I hope you have understood. So this is the most useful tool in order to have a CCTV system connected, because that's the most cable we use in the CCTV connection, not for DVR or analog, but for IP. Yeah, let's proceed. So sometimes when you go for the interviews, those of you that you are interested to be working for the company, organization, or somewhere else to find a job, they will just give you a crimping tool and to tell you to make a full complete network cable. That's the network cable I'm talking about, this one or this one, or this one, to come up with a complete network cable, and they test it. If it's going to work, then you have passed the interviews, they'll give you a job. So make sure you understand the code, how they work and how they move using this tool. This tool is more powerful. You cannot be a CCTV installer then you don't understand this tool, how it works and the function of this tool. That's the most weapon, like the doctor with the stethoscope, the one that they put in the neck for testing for heartbeat as well as for pulse rate. Yeah, this is the same tool to us that we are dealing with the camera field or CCTV system. If you're in that field of the CCTV, you must know this cable. As an IT technician, you should know this too, I mean. Then if you go in the field of health, you should know how to use a stethoscope, how you will be testing the heartbeat, blood pressure, using the same type of the stethoscope. It's a tool for physicians or health personnel, more especially doctors, nurses, and clinical officers. Sure, so let's proceed. Here is if you don't want to use a computer or anything like a Ethernet cable or PoE switch or a switch, you can use this. This is the Cat6 cable tester. You test the cable, so you get this other end and the other end you put here, then you switch it on. This tester, it has the backward. When you open it, there is a battery, so when you switch it on, then there are these color that you are seeing here. Let me try to zoom it. There are some colors here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these colors, they will start now moving here, matching. So these colors, they follow the color coding. Like if I can take you back here on the color code, for instance, this orange white, this is 1, then orange, that is 2, then green white, that is 3, then blue, that is 4, then blue white, that is 5, then this green, that is 6, then brown white, that is 7, then brown, that is 8. So same applies to here, this tester. So we have these numbers that we are seeing. 1, that is orange white, then 2, that is orange, then 3, that is green white, then 4, that is blue, then 5, that is blue white, then 6, that is green, then 7, that is brown white, then 8, that is a brown. So once you switch it on, this light will start now ticking on these colors. You start matching. So if you skip one number, then from the color code you'll be able to tell that, okay, you have skipped maybe, for instance, 2. Then you're able to tell that orange color is not working in this network cable. So this is the tester that you can use if at all you don't have a multimeter or you don't want to use a multimeter. That is the simplest tool that you can use. That one of the cables inside these cables, these cables, maybe one was damaged or is cut, is not working. You use the same tool to test using this tool here, or this one is one and the same. That's what this means. So this yellow color will start now moving on, following this color code. Then once that other color skip, you didn't see the light, then that means that color is not working. It's not working. You need to troubleshoot to find what is the cause in order for the color not to be working. Maybe it was cut somewhere, so it is hard for you to identify it, or you can use this other color code to twist them in order to switch on the camera and start working again, or start using it as the network cable or internet cable. Yeah, or maybe if a lot of cables were damaged and you cannot work on them, you can replace this cable or this one to use another cable through testing. It's more like that is troubleshooting I was talking about. You troubleshoot, you find the cause. What is it causing this cable not to switch on the computer for the internet, or connect it to the internet or the cameras? It can be anywhere else. That's troubleshooting. In health we call it diagnose. Here is troubleshooting. Let's proceed, guys. Sure, we are almost done. We are almost done. I know you are tired. So here it's just the picture showing the types of the color code when making this RJ45 or network cable, when making these cables. So these are just the colors. So like here, like the one I was talking about, orange white, then orange, green white, then blue white, then green, brown white, then green. So you should understand this one, the first one. These other ones I cannot talk about them for now, I may confuse you, but know the commonest one, the one that you'll be using most of the times when installing the CCTV or when making the RJ45 cable, using the RJ45 connectors or the network cable. Sure, so you can study this at your own free time. you understand these things. When you have a time, you search on YouTube how to make this RJ45 or make a network cable or the Ethernet cable or the Cat6 cable. They do show. But for now, I want you to focus on the first diagram. All I want is to master this color code to be part of you in your heart. Even someone wakes you up at 24 hours, say, what is the color code for network or Cat6 cable? Then you start now telling them without any problem. Sure. Let's proceed, please. We are almost there. So it's the same tool, like I have said. As you can see, this is the tester of Cat6 cable. So I've used 3. If you one number here has been skipped or 2, you'll be able to tell that according to the color code and the number, this cable is not working. So like here we have this 3 and here is 3. So be able to tell that 1 is orange white, then 2 is orange, then 3 you'll be able to tell that this is the green white, then 4 is the blue, 5 is the blue white, then 6 is the green solid, then 7 is the brown white, 8 is the brown. So once these things are in your head, then it's a walkover. This is the button for on and off, on and off. Simple as that. Please, let's proceed. And this is the Cat6 cable. Have you seen? 100% tested. I don't know how many meters is this cable, but they sell it in town. You find them somewhere 120, 200, depending the meters that a client wants. So you can be making these cables and start selling. You have your own company of selling these cables. It is simple and straightforward. Nothing difficult here. Let's move. Okay, let's move, please. So this is just the network or data cable splitter. For now, I don't want you to focus on this. It's just for illustration purposes, how you can split these cables from one end. You only have one, then here there are a lot. So getting data from here and passing it to this one, and this one here you are making the multiple. I can give an example. The way you display like TVs, you make maybe the duplicate. A lot of screens are on from the one source. It's just an example, but for now I don't want you to focus on this. Let's proceed. Yeah, so this is the nano station or M2 or M4 radios, the ones that we use. So this is the thing that I'm talking about. So how does this thing work? For now, I don't want to confuse you, but I just want to have a brief explanation or simple explanation to make you understand how this thing works. So for instance, you have maybe a client has hired you to install the cameras, but you have a challenge whereby the cameras, instead of the cameras, maybe there is a road in between, and you don't want to run the cables either underground or maybe running the cables like what the Zesco did, the Zesco do, to running the cables maybe using the poles. Then you run the cable for power and for data, but you want the cameras that are from that other end to be showing on the monitor screen. What are you going to do? And you want the job to look smart. So instead of you running a cable, let me try to do like this so that maybe I can light. So maybe here this is the other industry, this is the another industry, then in between here there is a road. So here this is the road, and this is the industry 1, and this is the industry 2. Then what you want now is these cameras that are here, these cameras that are industry 1, then the main system is here. Or maybe these cameras that are industry 2 here, you want them to be showing here, but without running the cables here. You don't want to run the cables here, or maybe underground. You don't want to run the cables. So what are you going to do? Meaning you put this nano station or M2 or M4, this one. What you're going to do is this. Let me try to erase this so that the screen can be okay. So this is the road, yeah, like this. So you put this one here, this side, as the station then this one, then the other one this side as the access point. So the cameras that are here, as you can see, this connection, the one you are seeing here, as you can see. So the cameras that are here, from the switch, you get it from the switch up to maybe here. Then from there, this is the wireless transmission. You're going to configure them. It's more like it works like a Bluetooth, but it's not a Bluetooth. Yeah, so you transmit information here wirelessly. Then this other one is going to be here, so you'll be getting the information from the cameras that are here and transfer them to this another radio here, this type that will be here, and sending them to the MVR and start displaying them using this wireless connection without learning the cables here. That's how this nano station or M2 or M4 works, or M5, it depends. That's how it works. Or again, maybe you have a situation whereby you have maybe over 1,000 meters. Instead of running this Cat6 cable or network cable, you just join using this wireless connection to improve the signal quality of the CCTV. So that's the main function of this nano station radio. Or again, you can also use it not only in the CCTV, no, you can also use it maybe for network purposes, for internet. I can give an example. Maybe you have this house here, that's where the main source is for internet. So you have this radio here as the station. Then here, maybe distance is very far, you want to have a connection of the internet. Maybe this is another home. So instead of running a cable here, you just connect it wirelessly, meaning here they'll have the internet, and this other end they'll have the internet using the wireless. Then from there, you tap from this maybe LAN cable, taking it to the computer. As you can see here, this is just an example. One is going to this computer, the other one is going to this other computer. Or you can take it to the switch. Then this switch is going to spread it or split it to a lot of computers, a lot of things that will need the internet using the same wireless connection. The same way we use internet or network for Airtel, MTN, and Zamtel. They have those satellites. Those satellites, they have another satellite somewhere from the main server where they link and sending the signals for you to have the access of the 4G and 5G network. It's the same thing how these things work. So I don't want to confuse you now. You understand this thing later on. But for now, I just want you to understand each and every picture that I have sent here, because these things, they will be needed during your time of your installation. Yeah, more especially if you start working in the industries, those bigger industries, they will need these things. Yeah, so let's proceed. Thank you. Yeah, so we are done here. These notes were prepared by Dr. Perry. Yes, I'm a doctor by profession. I know you can be a doctor in different field, but I am a doctor in the Ministry of Health. But I'm also an IT technician and field for computer. I love it that much, and it's one of the field that I enjoy. And when it comes to the health field, I also enjoy. So that's the reason why I qualify to find myself in both fields. When it comes to health, I can teach almost every course, but for now I'm focusing on the computer field. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll find some of the courses that I was teaching for the health courses, and now you also find me to these computer courses. So it is the sign to show you that you shouldn't be limited on what you want. You can keep pushing, keep grinding until one day you see the sweet. So love what you do and do it in order not to impress others, but to come out best, not because you want to compete with others, but to make sure that your work is appreciated and people are impressed with what you do. Otherwise, thank you very much. That was the topic for today. We're going to meet in the next class. Stay blessed. God love you, and I love you. I love you as well. See you in the next class. Sure, all I want is to see you guys pass, and you'll be passing. And don't forget to subscribe and like on our YouTube channel for more update like this one. Once you subscribe, meaning whenever we post the videos like this one, is going to be pop up on your screen to show you that we have posted another videos for you to watch or learn if at all you are interested. So thank you very much once more. See you in the next class. Love you all. Bye.